Good morning. This is Jonathan Harsh. This is for FT 217, week 4 assignment. Today is 21 February 2026. Just wanted to catch a quick shot of my AR-10 assembled here. All right. So now I have a disassembled weapon here. I'm hoping I'm catching all of this. My camera only goes one direction. So I gotta start with the barrel, clean with the bore and brush and solvent, and then wipe completely dry. It was also recommended to hit it with solvent and then clean everything else, and then come back and scrub it and swab it and take care of all that. Once that's complete, you want to completely dry it. On the inspection part, you're going to inspect the bore and the chamber to ensure they're free of rust, pitting, and other defects. So we're in here, bore and chamber, and the locking surfaces for premature wear, uneven wear, or deformation that could prevent a safety hazard, keep it from locking or unlocking. Then the bolt carrier group, same thing, soften it with solvent. I already have the bolt and everything taken out. I got the extractor removed. But for the fine recesses, you can use cotton swabs, wooden dowels, cotton patches, and always staying aware of critical dimensions on the guns. You don't want to start scraping everything down and start wearing your surfaces out. I'll also check the firing pin hole and also the channel. Make sure that everything's good here. With the extractor removed, you can get a little more into that channel as well. Upper and lower receivers, use a solvent to clean out the magwell and the trigger pocket, and then dry again. And then the riding surfaces are the bolt carrier group. So we're talking about our grooves in here for uneven, unnatural wear. And then the smaller components get cleaned as the other components do. And areas with high amount of wear should be inspected for wear. The sear nose. So sear nose, hammer, and more specifically the sear engagement point there. The notches, the disconnector, tip, and the firing pin, etc. So everything that's making contact with something else, I want to check on those and make sure they're doing well. Magazines generally okay, unless if you're competition shooting, you're dropping mags in the dirt, that kind of thing. You can disassemble it and you push down on this button here, slide that guy out, and everything will come apart, and then you can clean that. But for general use, you can wipe the follower down while it's still in. And then you want to inspect the feed lips and the mag spring periodically, make sure they're working good. They're not worn out, bent, especially on the metals. They'll bend on you. For lubricating, you want to wipe the outside, especially your steel components. Your aluminum components don't need it, but it doesn't hurt them. It's just an added layer of protection for all your aluminum parts as well. Also, a drop of oil at the interaction points on the trigger, hammer, disconnector, and sear. So, trigger, hammer, and our points are on these guys, as well as the disconnector and the sear surfaces on these guys. And then it depends on your preference, whether you want to use a lighter oil or a heavier oil. It depends on what you're doing, how much you want to clean, everything else. So it can be heavy or light depending on your own preference. Um, so when it comes to customers dealing with them being able to spot and avoid ammunition induced malfunctions. So first they should always be using newer ammo, not older stuff. Something that's appropriate for their firearm. You don't want to start using crazy stuff. Also, the reloads. They're doing reloads. They're getting reloads from somebody else. That can play a factor. What ends up happening is the hard strokes, the hard recoil for underloaded and overloaded rounds, and then about training the customers in proper shooting stance and grip. I think a demonstration and possibly a little more help if they're so interested might be beneficial for them. I don't know if I would call it training, but yeah, if they're getting those kind of short stroke type issues, then that would definitely be a thing to hit before you start charging them money for something they may not need. So for sure, that can be something that you would want to show them. And then describing the importance of understanding accessories, the operation of accessories. A lot of it's applicable to the cycle of function. So sometimes they want to do like lighter components in there, a lighter bolt. If they want to change out to something fancier as far as the buffer spring, stuff like that, all of that can affect the cycle of operation. And if it impedes that cycle of operation, then something else may need to be changed. But a lot of that lighter type stuff, like they want to use a lighter BCG in their firearm, triggers, gas blocks. So they're putting a new gas block on, and it's adjustable. Then they can make those adjustments, which is helpful. Triggers, some of the triggers, depending on if they're adjustable or not adjustable, they need to understand what it is they're putting in their firearm and whether or not it's going to affect other things in there.